So directions, study the following information carefully to answer the given question. So there are like 5 questions along with this data, which we will look at a little later. Let's start working on the points now. So it says 8 persons A, B, C, D, E, F, G and H are sitting in a straight line facing north direction, right? They earn different salary, which is among 7,000, 8,000, 10,000, 12,000, 15,000, 25,000, 30,000, 32,000, but not necessarily in the same order, right? That reminds me, guys, that if you crack your IBPS PO exam this year and get selected, your salary will be higher than all these numbers here, right? Higher than the highest number here. So keep yourselves motivated and work hard and work smart. Anyway, so 8 persons A, B, C, D, E, F, G and H have to be arranged in a straight line facing north direction, and the other parameter to be fixed is their salary, which is 7, 8, 10, 12, 15, 20, 30 and 32, right? These are the 8 numbers given to you and not necessarily in the same order. So what is the importance of this point north here? Like we have discussed earlier, if a person is facing north, when a person is facing the north direction, the right of the person should be taken towards our right and the left of the person should be taken towards our left. While the person, when he's facing south, right becomes towards the left and left becomes towards the right. It's very, very important. The basics of this and more details of this have been discussed in our TalentSprint online program, where we have videos on circular and linear arrangements, right? This direction sense is very important. So I hope all of you are clear with this directions here, so that you can solve the question easily. So when he says persons are facing north, you should be relaxed, because left is left, right is right, no confusion, right? The problem comes when the person are facing south. Anyway, so 8 persons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So these are the 8 positions that we need to fix, right? We may get multiple possibilities, and like we have been doing since yesterday, whenever we find a second possibility, we'll duplicate the case immediately and take the 2 possible cases and then keep filling the gaps till we find which one is correct and which one is wrong. Now look at the first statement. The person who earns highest sits at one of the ends. There are 2 ends, obviously. The person who earns highest sits at one of the ends. Now there are 2 ends, which means there are 2 possibilities. Who's the person who's earning highest? We don't know that, but we know that the highest is 32,000. So the number 32,000 will come at either of the ends. It can come here or can come here. So there are 2 possibilities immediately. Let's take it up. I think let's start with this. Let's see what happens. Or maybe if you want, you can read more statements and then decide whether you want to start with this or not. Now see, I think the advantage of starting with the first statement itself is that he says 3 persons are sitting between the one who earns 32 and F. See, we already know that the one who earns highest is the guy who's earning 32. So the second statement is also connected to 32,000 only. So we are better off starting with this one, right? We will get more data on the arrangement, right? So look at the first point. The one who earns highest, 32,000, is at one of the ends. So either 32,000 comes in the first position or it comes in the last position, right? These are the only 2 possibilities. Then 3 persons are sitting between the one who earns 32 and F. So between 32 and F, there are 3 persons, right? Between 32 and F, there are 3 persons. So 32 is here, 1, 2, 3. F has to come here. 32 is here, 1, 2, 3. F has to come here. These are the 2 possibilities, right? Then number of persons to the left of B is same as number of persons to the right of C. Now this is a very interesting statement, right? The number of persons to the left of B is same as the number of persons to the right of C. Now for this, we should either know the position of B or the position of C, both of which are not known to us, right? We neither know where is B and where is C, nor where is C. If I get to know where is B, accordingly we can put the position of C, but we'll keep it on hold, right? This statement is on hold. Move to the next one. B is an immediate neighbor of the one who earns the highest. Now again, highest word has been used thrice already, right? Highest is 32, we know, which has been placed on the arrangement already. So B is an immediate neighbor of the one who earns highest. So try this out. See, immediate neighbor of the one who earns highest. So B is an immediate neighbor of 32. So B comes here. In second case, B is an immediate neighbor of 32. So B comes here. No other possibility, right? We would have been in a difficult situation if 32 was somewhere in the middle. Then there will be 2 immediate neighboring positions of 32. But the advantage we have is 32 is at the ends. So only 1 neighboring position would be available, right? If B 32 is somewhere in the middle, then there will be 2 positions for neighbors of 32, right? Now that we have marked B, go back to the previous statement, the one which we had kept on hold. The number of persons to the left of B is same as the number of persons to the right of C. Now look at case 1. How many persons are there on the left of B? Left of B is our left. We have discussed, right? These are persons who are facing north. So number of persons on the left of B is 1. So number of persons on the right of C should also be 1, which means C comes here. Similarly, number of persons to the left of B here is how much? Look at second case. Number of persons to the left of B, go in the left direction, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 persons on the left of B. So there should be 6 persons on the right of C. So 6 persons on the right of C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. C has to come here. Indirectly, if you try and understand this statement here, let me highlight this statement. This is a very important statement. You should understand the meaning, hidden meaning behind this, right? He says number of persons to the left of B is same as the number of persons to the right of C, right? You know, in simple words, what it means is that B and C are equidistant from either of the ends. If you see, B is second from the left, which means C will be second from the right. B is 7th from the left, which means C will be 7th from the right. Only then this condition would get satisfied. So in the first case, when you know B is second from the left, first and second from the left, put C second from the right. In the second case, when we know that B is 7th from the left, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 7th from the left, C should be 7th from the right, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 7th. Only then number of persons on the left of B will be same as number of persons on the right of C. Number of persons on the left of B is same as number of persons on the right of C. So 2 more persons have been placed here. Move to the next statement. E's salary is the sum of G and D. Also, E sits at the corner. Now he says E's salary is the sum of G and D. So basically E is equal to G plus D. Also, E sits at the corner. Now when he says E sits at the corner, there are 2 possibilities. E could come on the left corner or on the right corner. Similarly here, E could come on the left corner or the right corner. But when you look at the next statement immediately, it says E does not earn the highest. E does not earn the highest. We know that 32 is the highest. E does not earn the highest, but still E comes at the corner. E does not earn highest, but E comes at the corner. So obviously E will come on the other corner. So E comes here. In this case, E comes here. Because I cannot place E and 32 together, right? E does not earn highest. E will not earn 32. So I think 1 more person has been fixed. But then we know that E is equal to G plus D. So this is something that we need to work on, right? We need to work on. Then he says B earns the least. B earns the least, and B is already placed on the arrangement, right? So what is the least value here? 7,000. 7,000. So let's fix 7,000 for B. B earns 7,000, and wherever it comes, we have put 7,000. Right? E salary is the sum of G and D is there. We will use this statement a little later. Both D's neighbors' salaries difference is at least 3,000. So the difference of the salaries of neighbors of D is 3,000. So this cannot be used immediately. Let's jump to the next point. D earns more than G. D is more than G. D earns more than G. I think again we can connect with the previous statement, right? D earns more than G. D earns more than G. A, the one who earns 30,000, is second to the left of D. So A earns 30,000. This is given to us, right? A, who's the one who earns 30,000, is second to the left of D. So I think D's position is very important here, right? D's position is very important here. D's position is very important. So now I think the immediate action to be taken is on this statement, which says E is equal to G plus D, right? E's salary is the sum of the salary of G and D. E's salary is the sum of the salary of G and D. Okay. So let's look at the numbers and find out. See, out of the numbers that we have, 7, 8, 10, 12, 15, 25, 30, 32, I think try to find out the sum of which two can give you a number which is a part of this group. You understand? What are the numbers that we have? 7, 8, 10, 12, 15, 25, 30, 32. We already, one more point we know is A earns 30,000, right? A is the one who earns 30,000. So out of this 30,000 is blocked for A. So 30,000 cannot come for E or G or D, right? 30,000 cannot come for E, G, D. I'm looking at this statement. What could be the numbers which will satisfy this equation, E, G, D? As such, if only this equation is given to us, that E is equal to G plus D, then there are infinite solutions. Infinite solutions. But remember, we have got limited values here. Only 8 different values, of which some of the values will get eliminated directly. Like 30,000 is eliminated because 30,000 is for A. A is the one who earns 30,000. So 30,000 cannot belong to this group. 7,000 cannot belong to this group because 7,000 is fixed for B. Right? 7,000 is fixed for B. Also, 32,000 cannot belong to this group because we know that E does not earn 32,000. Yes or no? It was given earlier that E does not earn the highest. E does not earn 30,000. And if E does not earn 32,000, G and D also cannot earn 32,000. Because if G takes 32, E will become more than 32, which is not possible. E is equal to 32 plus D. Similarly, if D takes 32, E will become G plus 32, which also is not possible, right? There is nothing which is more than 32 available for us. So I think the only numbers that we have to deal with now is 8, 10, 12, 15, 25. Find out the sum of which two can give us a result which is already a part of this set now. You're getting it? A little bit of very quick calculations which needs to be done mentally. But if you can crack this, you are done. I mean, a lot of things will fall in place, right? E is equal to G plus D. Now find out 8 plus 10, 18, not possible. 18 is not there in the numbers here. 8 plus 12, 20, not possible. So 8 and 10, not possible, right? 8 plus 10 is 18. 18 is not available in this set of values. 8 plus 12, 20, but 20 is also not available. 8 plus 15, 23, 23 is also not available. 8 plus 25, 33, that also is not available. You understand? I am trying to find out what can be the values for G and D together. So 8 and 10, 8 and 12, 8 and 15, 8 and 25 are ruled out. 10 and 12, then check with 10. 10 and 12, not possible. 10 and 12 is 22, which is not available. 10 and 15, 25. And yes, 25 is there. So one possible solution is G and D will take 10 and 15 and E becomes 25. Also we know that D is greater than G. D is greater than G. See, between G and D, D is greater. So out of 10 and 15, who will take 15? D will take 15. D takes 15, G takes 10 and E becomes 25. 25 is equal to 10 plus 15. So that's one possible solution. We have to check for other solutions as well. If there is no other solution, we are lucky. If there are more than one solution to this equation, then we are screwed up. We'll have to try out multiple possibilities. So I think one case is 10 plus 15, 25. 10 plus 15, 25. 10 plus 25, 35 is not available. So that possibility is ruled out. Then 12 and 15, 27, not possible. 12 and 25, 37, not possible. 15 and 25, 40 is not possible. I think the only possibility is 10 and 15, 25. See, while I'm speaking it out, it takes a lot of time. But when you do it yourself, right, this verification, you can very quickly find out that the only possible case is G plus D equals to E is 10 plus 15 equals to 25. 10 plus 15 equals to 25. 10 plus 15 is 25, right? So I can say that E earns 25,000. E earns 25,000. E earns 25,000. G earns 10 and D earns 15. Okay. Now let me use the other statements. Yeah. So how do we fix this now? Yeah. D earns more than G. We have used already. A earns. Okay, let's use this point. I think this point we could have used earlier itself. A who earns 32, A who earns 30 is second to the left of D. A is second to the left of D, which means if D is here, A will be second to the left of D. First and second, A will come here. You understand? This is the sequence in which A and D will be placed. A is second to the left of D, right? So wherever D comes, second to the left of D. First and second. Left of D is towards the left. So A comes second to the left of D and A earns 30,000. Remember, A earns 30,000. You're getting it? I mean, you don't have to write this on paper in the exam. You can directly start fixing it in the arrangement itself, but I'm just drawing it separately so that you can follow. A is second to the left of D. A is second to the left of D. So first and second, and A earns 30,000. So let's try to fix this point. Let's try to fix this point. Now, if you look at case 1, where can D come? See, this position is blocked by E. This position is blocked by C. Can D come here? Yes. If D comes here, there is a gap and A comes here. Possible. Can D come here? No. Can D come here? If D comes here, there should be a gap and then A, but this is already blocked by B. Can D come here? If D comes here, there should be a gap and then A, who takes 30, but this is blocked by 32. You understand? So the only possibility is D comes here and A comes here. Similarly, in case 2, if you check, D cannot come here because D is 15,000. We know D is 15,000. It cannot be 32,000. D cannot come here. It is already blocked. If D comes here, there should be a gap and then A, but this is blocked by F, so not possible. If D comes here, there should be a gap and then A. So that's the only possibility, D and then A. Yes or no? Because other C and E are blocked. And by the way, we know that D is 15,000. So fix D as 15,000 and A as 30,000. D is 15,000 and A as 30,000. So till now, both the cases are correct. Nothing has gone wrong in any of the cases, right? Both the cases are satisfying all the conditions that we have checked so far. Now let's find out the other conditions, right? There are more conditions given to us, so let's work on those conditions. What else is left out? I think in terms of persons, we have marked 32. A, B, C, D, E. Only 5 persons have been marked, right? A, B, C, D, and E. Yeah. So A, B, C, D, E is marked. F, G, and H are left out. F, G, and H. G earns 10,000. Now, if you observe, while F, G, and F, see, what do we know? F, G, and F, G, and H. These 3 persons are left out. So, we have to fix those 3 persons in these positions. But I also know that G earns 10,000. G earns 10,000. That means I should have one place available where neither salary is fixed nor the person is fixed. For example, can G come here? No, because G earns 10. Here it is 32. Can G come here? Yes, G with 10,000 can come here. Right? Acha, F is also placed, I guess. A, B, C, D, E, F. A, B, C, D, E, F. A, B, C, D, E, F. Yeah, only 2 persons are to be placed, G and H. Right? Now, if only 2 persons are to be placed, G comes in one position, H comes in the other position. So, since G does not earn 32, G earns 10,000, I can fix G with 10,000 here. Right? Similarly, in the other case, I can fix G with 10,000 here. So, where will H come? H will come in the left out place, which is 32,000. Here H will come here. So, I think in terms of persons, all the persons have been placed. H, B, G, A, F, D, C, E. Here also E, C, A, F, D, G, B, H. Right? So, in terms of persons, everything is done. Now, what we need to work on is the numbers. What are the numbers? See, at least 2 persons. In terms of salaries, what are fixed? 32 is fixed for H, 7 is fixed for B, 10 is fixed for G, 30 is fixed for A, 15 is fixed for D, and 25 is fixed for E. So only numbers left out are 8,000 and 12,000. 8,000 and 12,000. Right? Now we know that at least 2 persons earn less than C. At least 2 persons earn less than C. Can C's salary be 8,000? Can C's salary be 8,000? No. Because if C takes 8,000, there's only one person who is earning less than C. The data here says at least 2 persons earn less than C. So C cannot be 8,000, which means C has to be 12,000. Right? 12,000 is for C. So 12,000 is for C. Here also 12,000 is for C. If 12,000 is for C, then the left out value 8,000 should be for F. 8,000 is for F. So even now all the statements are correct. I mean, nothing has gone wrong. So how do we verify which is the correct one out of these two? Look at this only pending statement. Both these neighbors' salaries difference is at least 3,000. This is the last statement which will help us find out which is correct. Right? Both the cases, case 1 and case 2, have fulfilled all the conditions so far. The only condition that we did not check is that the neighbors of these salaries difference will be at least 3,000. Right? The difference of the salaries of the neighbors of D will be at least 3,000. At least 3,000. So check that. In this case, first case, who are the neighbors of D? F and C. What are the difference of their salaries? 8,000 and 12,000 of their salaries. The difference is 4,000. So does it satisfy the condition? Yes, it does satisfy the condition. Right? Neighbors of D are F and C. Their salaries are 8 and 12. The difference is 4,000, which is satisfied. So case 1 satisfies all the conditions. Let's check case 2. The neighbors of D. Who are the neighbors of D here? Neighbors of D are F and G. What are their salaries? 8 and 10. What is the difference of their salaries? 2,000. Is it at least 3,000? No. So case 2 is wrong. Which means the final answer here is case 1. Look at the sequence. HBGA FDCE. HBGA FDCE. Numbers are 32, 7, 10, 30, 8, 15, 12, 25. Now, do not go by the length of the explanation. Understand, solving this will not take as much time as explaining this, right? I was explaining it to you in detail, so it has taken so much of time. When you do it yourself, right, you will not write these values on paper and do all the calculations. I mean, it will be much faster when you are not talking to yourself. Yeah, when you are not speaking out what you are doing. Okay. However, I would still strongly recommend that you are better off skipping such questions in the exam. I mean, skip it immediately. Don't try to solve it immediately. Skip it, solve the other questions. If time permits, come back, because you never know how complex can it get. Yeah. Now let's quickly look at the questions as well and see what are the answers. So the first question is, who among the following earns highest? Who earns highest? I think H earns highest, right? 32,000. So H is the answer. Next question. How many persons are sitting to the right of F? How many persons are sitting to the right of F? Right of F. How many are sitting to the right of F? F is here. Right of F is towards our right. Why? Because these persons are facing north. Right? Remember the direction sense. So right of F, 1, 2 and 3. 3 persons are sitting to the right of F. Next question. Who among the following sits to the immediate left of the one who earns the least? Who among the following is on the immediate left of the one who earns least? Immediate left of the least guy. Immediate left of least guy. Who's the least guy? B. Right? B is the person who's earning the least, right? Immediate left of B is H. Immediate left of B is H, who's earning 32,000. So remember that. H who earns 32,000. So H is correct and the one who earns 32,000 is correct. So your final answer should be both 1 and 3, right? 1 is correct and 3 also is correct, right? Both 1 and 3. The immediate left of the one who earns least salary is H, who earns 32. So option 5 is the answer. Next, which of the following combination is correct? Which of the following combination is correct? G10, A25, D32, C8. So who are the persons here? G, A, D, C. G10, A25, D32. G10 is correct. G10 is correct. A35 is correct. A35 is wrong. D32 is also wrong, and whatever last person also is wrong. So I think G10 is correct anyway. G10 would be correct, right? G10 is the correct combination. Which of the following is true regarding D? What is true regarding D? So I think we'll have to go back to the arrangement and check. The options are D earns 12,000, D earns less than C, F and C are neighbors of D. At least the one who earns least is an immediate neighbor of D. So let's check. D earns 12,000. D earns 12,000 and F and C are neighbors of D. Let's check these 2 points. D earns 12,000. D, where is D? D, no, D does not earn 12,000. So first option is wrong. Neighbors of D are F and C. Neighbors of D are F and C. Yeah, so F and C are neighbors of D. This is correct. Now, since we have got one option correct already, we don't have to verify the other options. I mean, those are supposed to be wrong because combinations also are not given to us, right? D earns 12 is wrong. F and C are neighbors of D. F and C are the neighbors of D, right? Let me just check. Did we get the same thing? Yes. F and C are neighbors of D. Right? And we are done. We are done with this arrangement as well.